morning. It's Friday. It's the weekend. The weekend is upon us. And if you've loved Monday's launch and Tuesday's launch and Wednesday's launch and Thursday's launch, I know that you're going to love this launch because this is all about buildability. This is all about scene building when it comes to today's launch. So this is your 1 hour preview where we're going to delve in, we're going to look at the dyes, we're going to look at the samples. We will have a little bit of a play within this show, and then we'll have another little bit of a play when it comes to Wake Up Call later on. So within this show, this preview show, you've got me all on your Todd. There is me, there is Sam in my ear, who's just next door in the gallery there, and then just a way down the road, and she's actually on the phone here, we've got Rachel on the social this morning as well. So it's just the three of us. So it's lovely to have your company. Let me know, are you watching? I know you guys are very chatty. You have been all week. Probably a little bit like me, a little bit giddy. You're maybe also just like a bit, do you know what? That's been a busy week. That's been a fast-paced week. I just need to kind of like relax and chill. We're going to be doing that. You know, not too much. We've still got a lot of excitement going. It's Friday, so we've got Friday Night Live later on. And she is back. Becky is back. Oh, that's like a wrestling chant, isn't it? Becky's back. Becky's back. Becky's back. She is indeed. Becky's going to be back very shortly. Always just me planned for this one show here. Becky will come in, of course. You guys know by now the 10 a.m. preview is just a solo show before, of course, we go into the duo, which is me and Becky. So, Wake Up Call coming up where we give you an additional preview of the launch, and we also have a look at some of the items that are coming up on Friday Night Live, which tend to be some of our recent launches. What I would say is go back onto the website. We've still got launches available. Most of them, when it comes to the Showstopper, are still available there that you can also check out. You'll also be able to look at some individual sections too. Go back and have a look at yesterday's cart load for you guys stateside. Of course, we had the tariff-free cart load, but also you're going to have the tariff-free section across on our Crafters Companion website, certainly.com for you guys stateside. Everything is there when it comes to Shop the Day, of course. So when we are looking at the new launches, we are looking, of course, Friday Night Live and everything that we have had throughout the week. I am going to ask you over the weekend, myself and Debbie Robinson, we are back together tomorrow for, of course, the Make It Saturday. In between shows, I'm going to urge you to go back onto Crafters TV YouTube. If you've not already subscribed, please do that. It's YouTube. It's free. Go onto the Crafters TV YouTube because, well, it's actually Crafters Companion YouTube. And you're going to find, obviously, all the previous shows that we've done, previous demonstrations. There's shows in there with Sarah, where she's going to do, like, construction and what have you. There's other bits and pieces that the team have been putting a lot of time and effort into our YouTube channel. So do that. Just as well, of course, Crafters TV, Facebook, as well as our Crafters Companion Instagram. But yeah, also have a look on Facebook and also look on YouTube as well. So we are going to delve in a little moment. I just thought, you know what, it's Friday morning. Let's sit, let's chill before we stand, and then we get playing here. As I said, Rachel is on the socials. We've got Louise is in saying good morning. Well, good morning to you too. We've got Artistic Expressions by Sarah is saying good morning from Tennessee. It's 4 a.m. here. Gosh, Sam wasn't even in bed by that point of the morning there. 4 a.m. To be fair, if you guys have been watching this week, you know that I've got my insomnia back, so I was still up at 4 a.m. this morning as well. As you can tell, I've got extra TV makeup on this morning. Victoria, the Craft in German, is saying, good morning, Craig. Cannot wait to see Becky later on. I've missed her. We've all missed her. It's going to be lovely to see her today. We've got Pauline is saying, good morning, Craig, from Cheshire. And then we've got Tomalini, or Doreen Dorpete is saying, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. And Michael Adams is saying, good morning, Craig, Sam, and Rachel. So, as well as let me know, you're going to be going for, of course, the brand new launch today. Let me know, what have you gone for this week on Crafters TV? The reason I was saying, of course, YouTube, of course, we've had Debbie Robinson here all week with the most incredible demonstrations. So I've got a lot to live up to today. Although I am going to tell you right now, today is a play day. Today is a play day with the brand new launch. We've got epic finished samples from the team. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of recreating when it comes to the icons. And then, of course, you guys at home, once you get a hold of them, you can then go on and then replicate the cards till your heart's content. Stephen is in saying, order today's Showstopper and yesterday's Showstopper. Yes, good man, well done. Right, what we're going to do is, of course, you guys know by now when it comes to the preview, we don't put any graphics on. We kind of keep it nice and relaxed and chilled. I am going to show you, of course, what the new dies consist of here. Now, we've not got boards, but what we have got here is we have got a little bit of black cardstock. And these are all individual dies. We've got, no surprise, my favourite, the Lighthouse. Great band, Lighthouse family, cracking songs. But what we're going to then do, it's Johnny in the, I just heard a Johnny. Here in the UK, do you remember Neil Buchanan from Art Attack? Remember when he used to laugh? He used to go, that's what Johnny does. That's what Johnny, and I just heard it through Sam's mic there. I didn't realise Johnny, I knew Johnny was in, didn't know he was in the gallery there. Right, let's have a look, the Lighthouse. This is, going back to what I was saying, scene building. We do have a showstopper, we're going to talk you through that later on. Do you know what, I will give you the prices so you can see them on the website, and then within Wake Up Call, we're going to go through the whole caboot and caboodle. We're going to then start off with a Lighthouse. Individual. Now, these are the way that you can build your scenes. Whether, of course, it's going to be onto your cards, whether, of course, it's going to then be maybe down on your memory books. For instance, this one, and then Wake Up Call. What we're going to do is we're going to do this. Now, the theme of today was today's brand new launch. We are going to recreate what's on the front of the card. You can then come along and replicate the rest if you so wish. We're going to have a look and do that one when it comes to Wake Up Call later on. But that one there is giving you your 17 dies when it comes to the Lighthouse family there. So you've got all of that detail there for you to then start to build that scene. Then what we've also got is we've then got our summer blessings. Summer blessings here. No reason why you can't start to mix and match these ones. Many of these, if not all, will go through your mini. It will just depend on the size of cardstock you're cutting into. So within this one there, we've got, of course, that church. It could be the chapel, it could be the cathedral there. But then what you've got is the trees, you've got the flowers. We're going to have a play with that one within this preview show right now. So that one there being your summer blessings. Then what we've also got, we've then got this really, oh, it's a beautiful, that one being your tranquil garden. Really, really elaborate, really, really regal. But what you can then start to do is build it up. And you're going to hear me say that quite a lot today, as well as Becky, being buildability, scene building. So you've got those wrought iron gates in there. You're going to then flip them around. So you've got that working aspect of that the gates could actually open up. You've got that gorgeous kind of swirl there with the embossed detail there. You've got a little pussycat there. You've got your flowers in there. You've got the plant pot in there, which, as I said before, it's all about that building aspect when it comes to that set there. Then what we're also got is we've got the Under the Sea. It is actually legit called Under the Sea, funny enough, and that is your little fishes. Team it with your Sarah's Signature Enchanted Dreams collection if you want to, or Enchanted Ocean, or of course go in with your green colour for your seaweed, go in with your blues for under the water. What about your acetate? What about this one here, Queen Marie has done when it comes to that shaker within a box? See how she's able to build it up. It's up to you. Do you want one fish? Do you want 4 fishes? Do you want a handful of fish? That's up to you. Yes, you've got individual dies, but you can use as many as you want within that scene. If you want to use the wreaths here and you want to then go for 6 of them, you do that. No problem whatsoever. Then what we've also got is one that's going to work so well with our Vintage Carnival. So this one is your fairground. Now on the packaging, it looks like a whole image, as you can see, but it's all about you creating that image. Maybe you're going to do it within your white card and colour it in, which is what we're going to do. Maybe you're going to cut it into your block cardstock, which we're also going to then be doing as well. Maybe you're going to do theatre cards, diorama cards. You can absolutely do that as well. For instance, if I bring in this one, that in the actual Pick of the Week launch show, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can create that kind of theatre pop-out aspect. Then you can colour and decorate all you want. So whether it is flat cards, whether it is dimensional cards, concept cards, it's entirely up to you. But what you've got within these dies is you've got no cutting edge on most of them, which means it then cuts into your card so you can expand them as high and as far as you want. And then last but by no means least, we've got our fairy garden here. Now this one, if I bring in these individual dies, that is then going to enable you, if you want, to do these sorts of cards as well. Now, yes, you can do them individually, and I'm going to show you other finished samples as well, but if you want to do that diorama aspect, start to build up that aspect, you can do that. If I bring in some of the other samples that you can see here, so they could be as small as you want, just because, for instance, if we go back to the lighthouse, just because, for instance, the waves there, it's maybe just, what, about 2 inches in length. There's no cutting edge, so you can expand them as far along as you want just by keep rotating and rotating with your Gemini or your die cutting machine. The chapel. What about going in there with the chapel, someone's wedding day, or of course you could then theme it as a christening if you want to, so you can do that and theme that. If you've got the sentiment dies that launched the other day, you'll still find them on the website. It's going to work well. Then, of course, start to do your DL cards, your 4x6 cards. Going back to what I was saying before, there's no base cutting edge, so that thickness card could be as thick or as wide as you wanted it to be, and then start to bring in the helter-skelter and the Ferris wheel. Going back in, of course, with the carnival there, do your fun cards, bringing in the papers from your vintage carnival. Bringing in some of your older mixed media dies in the background, kind of that porthole effect there with the toadstool in. Then you've also got your wrought iron gates there. So could be, not sure if they've maybe stuck this, they've stuck that one straight down, but what you can do, the panel posts at the side, stick those down and these gates can open up. So you've got that kinetic movement if you want to. Then a cool one here that we've got. Now, I don't know what's in this one. I just know I can open it. So I'm presuming this is a belly band. Is it? Let's have a look. Yes, it is. Let's have a look. Let's let you can see it first. Oh, wow. How cool is that? That's a cool one. See all the different styles that you can use. So at first glance, don't think as though they are just a simplistic, flat scene die. You can do lots and lots of different concepts. Or what about adding your foam pads? You know, I like my foam pads. You can do that and create that height as well if you want to. So yes, they are smaller dies, but by gosh, there's many, many things that you can do with them because, of course, you've got that buildability aspect. So let's take a little bit of a moment or two for me to just tidy up. Well, we can have a look at the comments here. Amanda's in, and Amanda is saying, "Morning, Craig. I've spent so much this week, everything I needed, or indeed I wanted. I'm happily finished some Christmas cards and I just can't believe it. I have run out of the dotty glue pens." Oh, Amanda. Amanda, why didn't you check your stash beforehand? I know you, Amanda. You should have been checking beforehand. It's not like you. Website, have a look on the website there. Check those ones out. You're going to find your adhesives here. For this one, just while I tidy up and before we start having a little bit of a play, here, what you're going to be able to do is your dotty tape runner. Great one to be using for this. Maybe you want to use your double-sided adhesive sheets. Great one as well. Turn them all into stickers. Start to build up that scene when it comes to your projects. What about your adhesive spray? Maybe you want to use them instead. You've got that option. Or maybe you just want to be using your tacky glue, which is what predominantly is what I tend to use. You've got that option as well. Lots of ways in which you can then attach them together when it comes to the actual formation of them. It's entirely up to you. We've all got our own personal choice. Mine tends to be the tacky glue. Right, let's move these ones to the side. We've got Alexander Gerlin on YouTube is saying, "Good morning, Craig and everyone. I've just ordered today's Showstopper. The only Showstopper this week that I haven't ordered was yesterday, even though I wanted the magnet." Do you know what? That was an absolute stonker of a Showstopper yesterday. Have a look on the website. Go back for the full week there and you'll still find the Showstoppers across there. Some of them, Showstopper-wise, are getting limited in quantity. Some things we will be having a look when it comes to, of course, Friday Night Live. I am back, obviously I'm back in tomorrow, but I am back on Crafters TV on Tuesday. And when it comes to Tuesday, it's launch party. So we'll also be having a look at some of the recent launches as well on Tuesday when I'm back. And I am back with Ben. Ben's back on Monday. I'm back in with Ben on Tuesday. Sam, tell me that again. Rightio. Showstopper 125. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what the Showstopper consists of here so that you get an idea. You can find it on the website. It's the full set of the brand new launch dies here. So this is a 9-piece Showstopper, which does consist of what I've shown you. So I'll just show you the packets here so you can see that again. You had the Under the Sea, you had the Tranquil Garden, you've had the Fairy Garden, you've then got your Fairground, you've then just had your Summer Blessings, and then you've got your Lighthouse that you can see there, the Lighthouse. That is the brand new launch. They will be there on the website on their own if you want to. Sam, can I just check, or I know Johnny's there as well, Showstopper for the guys stateside, is it tariff free? It is tariff free. Perfect. What I am going to pursue, I know they say never assume, I am going to assume you guys stateside, if you wanted them on your own, they are going to have the tariff on them. So therefore, have a look at, can confirm that. I did think that, no, it's been kind of like that rolling story throughout the week. They are available on their own just as a brand new launch if you want to. Stateside, you are going to have the tariff on them. So therefore, Showstopper is the way to go. Because what you're then going to be getting, you cannot have enough tote bags, in my opinion, here. You've got the craft tote here. Now, this one, you're shopping, you're crafty shopping, you're food shopping, in the boot of the car, of course, if you're out with the toddlers, if you're out with the kids, if you're out for picnics, anything like that. And of course, it's got our Crafter's Companion branded logo in there. That is there within the Showstopper. Not only that, we are going to be giving you your Colorista pencils. These are the bright and vivid. So these are a beautiful one for this collection. You can colour this collection any way that you want. You're probably going to do them in nice, bright, vivid colours. Therefore, we've popped these ones in here. This is like your entry level as such when it comes to your Spectrum Noir. However, the lay down, the colour, the blend that you're going to get is exceptional. This is one you may consider giving to the kiddies to start to play with. You know, these, you know, we tend to say we don't tend to give our Spectrum Noir pencils and that to, you know, our, you know, nieces and nephews, sons and daughters, because of course we want to hold them. They're incredible quality and they're precious to us. But with these ones here, you're going to then enable them to build up their confidence when it comes to colouring. You've got that entry level, you've got the 12 pencils, what you already know and love quality-wise from Spectrum Noir, you're going to get that within the Colorista pencils, but you might be then tempted to let the kiddies have a little bit of a play with them. So that's in there. And then the other thing we can never have too much of, that is our Centura Pearl. We've got the bronze in there. Now, can you imagine that raw iron gate when it comes to that bronze Centura Pearl? You're going to get the 10 sheets, you're going to get them 310 GSM. That's going to be your Showstopper. But I'm going to tell you, in the UK, your Showstopper's $39.99, or for you guys stateside, you're $53.59. I know Becky will go over it all in great detail later on when it comes to Wake Up Call and the official Pick of the Week launch of these ones, but that is what your Showstopper consists of. Options there for you if you do want to go for the launch on their own. You can do it, you guys stateside. You're probably going to find it's going to be beneficial for you to go for the Showstopper because, of course, you're then, of course, not going to have that tariff on top. So, shall we have a play, Sam? Let's go, he says. Let's go. Alexandra is saying, good morning, Craig and everyone. Oh, no, I just read your one, Alexandra. Carol is saying, love the Lighthouse. Love the Lighthouse as well. And Artistic Expressions by Sarah is saying, Showstopper ordered, purchased every new collection this week. Thank you so much for the tariff-free options for the US. I've touched upon it every single day, and the reason I wanted to touch upon it is so you guys know, without going into too much detail, there's a lot of complications when it comes to making it tariff-free, and the guys have worked their absolute socks off this week to do what they can this week for you guys stateside to get it tariff-free. So a big shout out to all the guys and girls behind the scenes that have managed that. So therefore, yes, you've got that tariff-free when it comes to that launch as well. Rightio. So let's have a little bit of a play. So as I said right at the start, this is going to be the theme throughout the day. I'm not going to do full projects. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the focal, and then you can then come along, recreate that card, recreate that project, such as this one. How beautiful is this? I've taken inspiration. Our Julia's done this one. Great example how you can then start to bring in your next... Becky Swarns just commented, can't wait to see you all. Becky, we cannot wait to see you. It's been ages since I've seen Becky. I know it's been a while since Becky's been here, so we're going to have fun. You know what happened in the past when me and Becky are put together. You know what happens when Craig gets a little bit tired. The hilarity starts to come in there. So, gosh, I think I can be professional for the launches. Who knows what's going to happen in Friday Night Live come the other end of today. But you know what? Becky's on her way, so it's going to be lovely. So it's going to be me, it's going to be Becky, Sam's going to go through it at the office, Big Pop's going to be in, and Jamie's going to be in as well. Do we have Jake on floor today? I believe so. We've got Jake. Full house today. So that's the story when it comes to the demos from today's show. So let's take a little bit of a drink and then let's do some cutting here. So we're going to go in with the chapel here. So if I go in with the die sets. Now what we've got is we've got dies within each set that there is no base cutting edge. So that means that could be in as whatever size card that you want. You know I love and adore our nesting dies, so therefore I'm bringing in the circle ones. Rachel's saying, so of course she's on social just now, and then Jan's also going to be in as well, swapping throughout the day. So socials, a little bit of a head start, you're going to have Rachel and you're going to have Jan as well today. So anything that you need to ask question-wise, you know, take advantage when I'm on this side, although it will be lovely just to see Becky, and make sure you send your love to Becky. Had a few people yesterday who's relatively new, it's going, I've not seen Becky before. Go across on our Facebook and Instagram, Becky Sworn CC. You'll see her stuff there. Incredible soft crafter, incredible paper crafter, but she's going to be on the presenting side later on today from Wake Up Call onwards. So that being said, what I've done is I've just gone in with some of my linen cardstock, some green, some blue here. And I've gone in with our circle nesting dies. These are the ones that we launched within birthday, but if you've got any decorative ones, you can use those. And I'm going in and I've already cut one of them. So one of them is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Next size down, I've gone in with these two here. Now, what I can do, and I'm going to do that, is I'm just going to pop that straight into place here, and I'm going to go in with my tacky glue, which 9 times out of 10, when Time knew that was going to happen, exactly the same as happened with Debbie all throughout the week. We've got our glue all sorted, but because of the heat within the studio, it's dried so quick. So let's see if we can rectify that. If not, I'll take that little tip off. This is just our tacky glue. You'll find all that across on the website, of course. So check that one out. Please, let's not do an Amanda, and let's not run out of stuff. So if you're going to go for the Showstopper, I'm going to call you out all day, Amanda, on that one there. So let's put in an order for your Showstopper, but please go and check your adhesives. Look at your glue, look at your tape runners, Amanda, look at your foam pads, your glue gel, and it's worthwhile popping them in while you're going for the Showstopper. So let's just align that one up, which that is going to be my sky that you can see here. Now what we've got is we've got a couple of options here. So if I go in with the grass, and this is where I'm going to show you how you can then cut into your layer. So I'm going to go in, and if I was to cut round about there, so I've got my grass down at the bottom. Now we are going to do a little bit of alcohol colouring, and you're going to say, but you can't colour on the green. No, but we'll show you a way around this. This is more to show you what I mean by the way that you position the dies, you can then cut into your card. I'm going to go in with my MIDI. This is a prime example here where that die there would fit within my Gemini Mini, like so. However, my actual cardstock won't. So this is where you need to be careful. Yes, they'll all fit within the Gemini Mini, but it depends on the size of cardstock that you're using. So if I wanted to use that die on its own, I could have used the Mini, but because I'm going into that layer which is larger than my Mini, I'm having to jump to my MIDI or Junior or large die cutting machine. So let's run that one through here. Let's go in and cut this one out. The detail is second to none, as you guys will know from us in the product development team, but we can then lift that one up. We're going to then take my pokey tool, and this is where it cuts into the card. So look at that, it gives that kind of silhouette aspect in there. So if I wanted to, I could come down there, and then I've got my grass, which is great. But I do want to colour that. So what we're going to do, take that same die, and let's tap all of that out here. We're going to pop that out, move that to the side for the moment. And then what I'm going to do is, let's just take a little bit of white card, and I'm going to run that one through. Just a rough cut, doesn't need to be exact, because of course it'll cut from the top, but it'll stay in place from the bottom. And this time, prime example, I can use it within my mini there because my cardstock is small. So let's run that one through here. Remember, they'll still go through your Junior, your OG, your G2. They will still go through any other branded die cut machine. Just because they're Gemini and Crafter's Companion, don't think that you have to go and fork out on a Gemini machine. They are the best. I'm not being biased. You guys know that I purchased all of my die cutting machines that are Gemini before I joined the company. Debbie Robinson did as well. So yeah, if you don't have a Gemini, don't fear. You can use them with any other branded die cutting machine. You might need to check the plate configuration. Now, prime example here, see how that's not cut? This is where you really need to look after your folders when it comes to your mini. So let's take my other one that's not kind of bananaed. So I'm going to leave that there. Try and get in the habit of flipping and rotating your mini folders as well. So I'm going to do another one now. So as you can see, I'm not hiding it. There's no point hiding it. It happens to us all. It's just all about the way that you preserve your folders. Bring in another one here that's flatter, and then we're going to run that one through. Please get in the habit of using all four sides of your folders. Not everyone knows that. What you can also do is run back and forth as well a few times, and then I can have a look, and I can now see there that that is cut absolutely perfectly. We can then remove that one out the way, and then all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip that one away, and then I'm just going to snip that one away just here. And then what we can start to do is some alcohol colouring. So let's pop that one there for now. I'm then going to take the other, so we've got the trees here. So we've got the tree that I've already cut, and you've then got the little wrought iron gate in there, could be the wooden gate. You've got your little flowers in there as well. So these ones I've just die cut beforehand, before we went live. And then we're going to pop that one out, pop that one in. Then what we're also going to do is let's take the little bunny rabbit here. So this has got it within the grass. So we're going to take this one, and this one also has no cutting edge to the base. Move that one out the way here, and then all that I'm going to do is I'm going to do it because it'll cut away from the top, but it'll stay in place. And I want this bit of excess, so what I can do is I can manipulate the size that I want. So let's go in with our mini, and then let's run this one through here. Let's get to the bottom of the comments there. We've got, Rachel's got, I have a Junior, I have an A4, I have a G2, and I have a Mini and a Midi. I'm the same. I've got two OG Geminis, A4 machines, purchased myself. I have two Gemini Juniors, one I purchased, one I was gifted when I joined the company. I have a Midi that I purchased myself. I've got two Minis, one I purchased myself, one I was gifted by Leanne when the Minis first came out. So one travels with me when I'm on the road to Hobby Maker and that. Debbie is pretty much, I think both Debbies, but certainly Robinson as well, exactly the same. So hopefully when we vouch for our Gemini ranges, you know that we legit vouch for them because we paid our own hard-earned money for the Gemini machines. So let's go in. Say that again. Oh, so Sam, so those that didn't know, of course, Sam and Nicola, who's moved on elsewhere. How's Nicola getting on, Sam? She's doing well. Awesome, good. He was saying that Sam has got Nicola's Midi. I hope Nicola's not going to give up crafting. Oh, she's got too much stuff to do. She's got too much stuff to do. There we go. It's a hard life. It's a hard life. Yeah, she did. She dropped me a message the other day, as I was saying to Sam. They were both in London. Sorry, Sam, I'm just telling your life story here for this whole week there. Nicola and Sam were away to London the other day, and Nicola WhatsApped me. They were in a Fanatics store where they had lots of WWE trading cards. I was like, I can't, Nicola, I cannot purchase any because that's a rabbit hole. That is a big rabbit hole for me. I'm going to turn into one of those like addictive people on social. You know, when you see them just opening up all the trading cards, that's going to be me. So I can't do it, cannot do it. Yes, well, send her our love, even though I messaged her the other day, Sam, send her our love. Alexandra, Sam's like, okay, okay. Very laid back, Sam, very laid back. Is it Friday? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? All right, so he's been on holiday. I was just a way to say that's just Sam full stop. That's just Sam full stop, but Sam knows that I'm saying that tongue in cheek. Alexander is saying, I'm really looking forward to seeing Becky today. It's been quite a while. Louise Burton is saying, I am loving this set. And we've got Carol saying, absolutely love these dies. They really are a beautiful die set. Really do wish, of course, had a lot more time to play with them. On the other hand, from what you guys have said over previous week, you love our thought process. Now, of course, I'm kind of forming that replication of Julia's card, but it lets you see my steps as to where I'm going within this one. So this one, what that can then do is then that can then break up that harshness if you wanted it to be. Maybe you don't want that curve of the grass. You can then adapt it by having the little bunny rabbit there. But going back to what I was saying where we want to colour it. So let's go back to this one here, and we're going to take a little bit of scrap cardstock. Well, I say scrap, you can use scrap. I'm grabbing what I've got here. And let's go in with some colours. Let's go in with the dull green blend here, and we can start to take, why did I cut? I've cut two, didn't I? Not that it matters, I need to. Let's go in, let's colour the tree here. So I'm just going to lay down that colour, like so. And now we're just colouring that one in. Let me know in the comments, what are you up to this weekend? Let us know. Anything nice? Payday for a lot of us. So some people spending, some people treating themselves. Maybe you've been treating yourself all week. I know a lot of you have done, which is lovely to see. It's nice to see you appreciating the work the guys put in to give you the best deals with the tariff-free. Have a little bit of a look. So let's lay that one down into here. So I am obviously in tomorrow, and then toddling down to Hobbymaker Sunday. Sam, what are you up to this weekend? Oh, so Sam's at his brother's gender reveal thing, as he said. I'm just going to call you out on that one, Sam. Yeah, like a baby shower at gender reveal, yeah. Oh, that's nice. That'll be lovely. What about you at home? Let us know. Rachel, what are you up to? Johnny, is Johnny in the gallery? He's in the gallery. Oh, football with Leo on Sunday. That'll be good. What is it about football on Sunday? Sundays always seem to be a football day, don't they? Sunday morning, yeah. Why not Saturdays? Or is there football on a Saturday? Occasionally. Although I suppose the summer's the best time for the football, isn't it? You don't need to worry about the cold weather or that. I can imagine Johnny being that dad, on the sidelines going, come on, Leo. He's nodding his head, yeah. Shoot it that way or kick it that way, whatever it is you football people say. Whatever it is, you football people, whatever it is you say. I was telling our big boss Diane yesterday, because she's really into her football, and we were having a laugh. I was saying to her, it was only like last year, that I realised that in a football game, halfway point or half time, whatever you call it, they actually end up swapping ways and they end up shooting for the other goal. There was a big game once when I was back home in Scotland, so all my friends were watching it in the pub, and I was getting into it, and then it came to like half time and the game started and that, and then the team that I thought we were cheering for ended up scoring, and I got all excited, but I got all the daggers because I'd actually gone and cheered for the team that we didn't want to score, but because they'd end up going the other way, which I didn't realise that happened, that is why I got the daggers. So yeah, therefore I'm just like, do you know what, me and football, just don't go there, Craig, just don't go there. So yeah, rightio, let's go in where we can then start to add some little accents within the chapel. So we've gone in and done a little bit of a blend. Let's go in with our ice grey. Now I'm just going to go in with the ice grey too. And what we're going to do is just round the sides there. We're just going to, what I'm kind of doing is sketching. I'm keeping it quite light, and I'm just sketching down some of these die cut highlights. Round, of course, those panes. You could put little bits of coloured acetate if you want to. You could do that. I mean, down into there, if I just grab, actually, I think I've got a brown for a wake-up call demo. And just go in with a lighter brown and maybe just go round in there and sketching. So I'm not really laying down heavy when it comes to that colour. and we can then keep referring back. So what this is also going to do is then this is also going to give me stability. However, I don't have to use that if I want to. If I want to chop the grass away, I can do that. Or because I've gone in and I've kept the depth for the grass at the bottom, it means you've got that option. Whether, of course, you want to have that colour flowing through for you to then overlay, that we can see into here, to place that down, to then cover up, or of course we can then go in with here. Of course you can then snip away at the edges. So we can then start to build that together. Now let's go in with our, I'm going to go, let's have a look. So let's go round about there, like so. Happy enough with that. We don't need to worry about that because we're not going to see that. What I actually should have done is before, oh, plenty of time, right. Let's die cut that blue again because it's going to be easier for me to trim. So let's go in here, run that through. Rachel is saying, Saturday I'm getting she's getting a big haircut. What's a big haircut? What is it? Like a beehive. Oh, so, do you know something? Keep reading, Craig. This is lovely, Rachel. This Saturday, I am getting a big haircut, hoping to donate my ponytail to the charity that makes kids' wigs. Sunday, I'm working away behind the scenes on other stuff that I do outside of the comments. That Rachel does a lot behind the scenes that you don't necessarily know. Rachel, that is such a lovely thing to do. Let me know, is that like a sponsored thing or that, Rachel? Let me know. It would be nice if it's sponsored. Yeah, if not, then if it's just a lovely thing that you're doing when it's donating the ponytail to make wigs for children, that's such a lovely thing to do. So I'll be thinking of you tomorrow, but let us know how you get on. Louise Burton on Facebook is saying, I think Louise was Louise yesterday that didn't know who Becky was. I think that's the right Louise. So Louise, you'll see Becky in about an hour and a half. I intend to craft all weekend. Payday is on Monday for me, so I'll go on a spending spree next week. So I've got my, you know me, I tell you everything. So Monday I've got another checkup at the hospital. So you know what that means? When Craig's got a hospital checkup, that means Craig goes to the Metro Centre. That's Craig. That's Craig's thing. That's Craig's thing. That's kind of like his what's the word? My checkups go well. It's like, and how are you doing? Doing great. Meds doing okay? Yeah, brilliant. Enjoying work? Yeah, great, brilliant. See you in 6 months. That's how they go. But you still just need that little bit of retail therapy afterwards, don't you? Although 6 years down the line, I still get lost in the Metro Centre every single time. Every single time that blinking Metro Centre, I get lost. I park in the same place, so I know where to end up, but I still get lost. Right, so let's have a look and see why I've recut that, because it's going to be easier for me to trim round the edges to neaten them up. Otherwise, because I've gone on to the white layer, but it doesn't matter, it's not wasted because I can just stick that straight over the top, or I can then pop it on the back. It's entirely up to myself. So let's go and start to stick this one down. Oh yeah, I took the tip out, didn't I? Let's go, do you know what? Let's me just go in with my tacky, my dots. We're going to work that over the back here into position. We're going to lay that up. Do drop shadows if you want to. That's entirely up to you. What about your brickwork embossing folder? Start to use and team them together. But we're going to go in with that chapel right within that centre there. And then we're going to press that down. What we're then going to do is we're going to take the grass to pop down into here. Let's go. Have I got thin foam pads? I think I do. I just want a real thin lift when it comes to the foam pad. I'm going to pick that one up there, like so. And then let's press that down. Anyone, I know this is a touchy subject, so forgive me, but anyone coming to the pop-up shop next weekend, let us know. I know lots of you would love to come. It's a little bit of a distance. But yeah, we've got our second pop-up shop coming, which I'm going to be there for the full time, 10 till 2. I didn't manage to get to the last one because I was actually at Hobby Maker when it was the first one. So I was making sure nothing's going to stop me next weekend. So make sure if you are in the area or you fancy a little trip to Newton Aycliffe, come through and have a little visit. I'm there. Fisher's there. Ben will be there for a couple of hours. Leanna's there, Sarah's there, and do some retail, yeah, there you go, retail therapy at the pop-up shop. I wonder what I'm going to walk out with. It's always something. As if I need anything. As if I need anything. My craft room's full as it is. But hey, worst thing to be spending our money on. Carol Duncan is saying, I'm with you on the retail therapy, Craig. Yeah, got to have a little bit of retail therapy. Let's go in now. So we can start to see that we're building up that scene there. Of course, I could have and should have. No, I didn't need to colour that just now because we're going to overlay again in a moment. So we've got in with one tree, which then we can then start to tuck down the side. What we could do is before we start to then properly stick that down, what we can do is we could go in and that could go to the back there, like so. So let's just do that. Let's colour that one while we're here. If you stick down and forget to colour, don't worry, just lift. What I'm going to do is, because that one was the dull green blend, let's go deeper shade of green. As we say, deeper shade of blue. That's steps, isn't it? Is it steps? Deeper shade of blue. It is. Yeah, that's me and Johnny's age range, time range of the music. A little bit of tragedy. Oh, I used to play that on the cassette, loud. I used to have Mum banging on the ceiling from downstairs. Turn that down. All right, okay. And then you go volume in the wrong direction by mistake. And you hear that coming up the stairs. It's like, oh my God, here she comes. Not that Mum's watching, but yeah, I love you, Mum. All right, let's go in and start to then just add detail into here. So I've just gone into that opposite end there. Looks sketchy to start with, but you don't need to worry because we're just going to blend that one out into place. Now this could then be a main topper on a card like we're going to do here, but then what it could also be is it could be on the inside of a card, it could be a gift tag. Go in with a little hole at the top and thread your ribbon. And that could be a little gift tag for the wedding couple's gift. So let's go into there and then let's go in with that little bit of a brown. I think I'm going to have to put the fan on for the next show because it's getting rather warm in here. Let's go in, colour that one, lay that one. So yeah, you start to get the depth with trees in the background, the foreground as well. Let's go in with another tree. Let's go in with another tree here and just another bit of white card. Let's just use this little bit here. This is our white cardstock that we are using. You could use your Nina if you want because we are using our alcohol pens, but because, yes, I'm doing a little bit of a blend, but I'm not overly saturating the cardstock, so I'm more than happy to just go in with, of course, my white card. Or did you get Keith's white cardstock the other day? This is going to be perfect for that as well. Certainly for that bundle where I think there might be a few left where you've got the 160, 250, 350 GSM. Check it out on the website there and you could be using that to colour with as well. But let's pop that one out and then we're going to do another, just a little bit of colouring again. That one, because that one we went with the Alpine, let's do that. So that one was the dull green blend. So this time, let's do it with the Alpine, but we can move it to the opposite side here. And I'm going to go in and I'm just laying that one down flat. Just going in with that base colour. You don't have to do anything overly fancy if you don't want to. And of course, you can use your own medium if you want. Remember, when it comes to the Showstopper, I know we just touched upon it verbally and I showed you. We'll go over it all with Becky in the actual Wake Up Call preview. But you do get your, oh gosh, I'll do that in Wake Up Call. Let's use our Colorista pencils. Never thought about using that. So let's go in, sketch down the side to create that little bit of a highlight into here. Alexander Gerlin on YouTube is saying, my weekend is going to be mainly crafting and watching CTV before going back to childminding next week. Oh, that's right, yeah, because it's the holidays just now, isn't it? Seem to fly in, don't they? Well, if you're new to us, or even if you've been watching for a while, certainly on a Sunday, take that opportunity to go back on a Crafter's Companion YouTube. back in Crafters Companion YouTube, delve into all of our last masterclasses, craft-alongs, this week's launches. Have you got your Craftaganza? If you've not got your Craftaganza, if you're still on the fence, get off that fence. It's going to be an incredible experience. It's getting close. It's going to be 2 weeks tomorrow. Here she is. I know she's not mic'd up, but get in here. Get in. Oh, what's your sunglasses? How you doing?
I'm all right.
You doing okay?
I'm good. Hello,
you doing
everybody.
Okay? Yes. Me and you today?
Yeah.
Yes, I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun.
exciting.
It's going to be really, really fun. Really nice launch that we've
I'm
got.
looking forward to seeing all of these right in action.
It's going to be a play day.
Oh, that's all good for me.
We are playing. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be playing, so we're just having a little play now as well. So
Right,
yes.
Cup of tea and I put my face on.
Well, you don't need to.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Let me be honest, I do. Yeah.
Oh,
See you
just poke
later.
myself in the eye there. See you later on. Legit, just poke myself in the eye there. So good to see Becky, isn't it? So good to see her, looking hot as ever. Marie is saying, I'm coming to the pop-up shop. I'm so excited. I've never made it to the last one. Neither did I, of course, just simply living round the corner. It is, of course, because I was down at Hobby Maker. So, Debbie Robinson is off on our travels. She's a couple of days off. She's away. It's not London, but she's away somewhere. She's not there. As I say, I'm there, Fisher's there, Ben's popping in, and Sarah and Leanne. So, yeah, it's going to be lovely to see you. Marie is saying, I'm coming to the... Oh, I've just read yours, Marie. It's Alexander. My weekend is going to be filled with crafting. That's what I was away to say, yeah. Go back on our Crafters Companion YouTube and get all of the hints, the tips, all of the craft-alongs that we've done in the past. Take advantage of us not being live, but always remember that education is there for you to go back to over all of the years. Right, let's pop that down into there, like so. What I'm then going to do is let's go in, let's die cut this one again. What have I got, Sam? Just under 15 minutes. Right, let's go in here and 10 minutes, right, yo. Perfect. I'm going to cut that again just within the white here, and I just want it to be shallow, and I can adapt it myself in a moment or two. Alexandra is saying, one of my daughters had her ponytails cut off a couple of years ago for the same thing. She hadn't intended to be sponsored, but ended up raising quite a lot of money for that same charity. Really is a heartfelt thing to do. It really is touching to do something like that. So for anyone that's done that or knows of anyone that does that, well done. Because I know it's certainly for girls, for women, I know their hair is precious. I know mine's starting to go grey, and let's not go there for Johnny's, but I know it's precious for you guys, so you're women. So, like, joking aside, I know that is a really, really big thing to do when it comes to, of course, your hair and gifting that for, of course, children. I have no idea what Johnny's saying in the car, because Johnny's not mic'd up, so all I can hear is Sam laughing, which then means Johnny must be something like, getting it. He's getting it. He's getting it. You know what happens when Craig's tired? It's a really lovely thing to do when it comes to the ponytail. So yeah, and then we can then manipulate it ourselves when we start to snip away. And you can see I'm not being precise. I'm just scribbling, and then I'm just going really light to touch with the tip. I'm just going in here. You can colour and blend as you want, but I'm just going in with that light sketch and touch. Now you could do your watercolour in if you want to. We'll do that as well. As I said, we're going to be playing. I've got within Wake Up Call, I'll show you how to do that. And then if you want to replicate that card, you absolutely can do. But then when the actual Pick of the Week launch, we'll do some watercolouring as well. I'll show you how you can at least create that diorama aspect when it comes to, of course, the cards. So we'll show you different things, as well as having a good old catch-up with Becky, as well as a chin wag. So, right, let's go in there. Let's go in the bunny rabbit. I'm just going to go in and just keep that bunny rabbit there when it comes to the grey. I'm not going to do a bit of blend because we're running out of time. Let's go in. I'm going to go in with my snippy scissors here. So I'm just going to finish that off there and then there. And then all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to then travel, and I'm just going to do a little wave, not being precise or exact. I'm just going to go into there and then snip off. And then what I can do is then I can lay that one. So we've got that definition when it comes to the ground as well. You've got that deepness as well as that lightness. And then I'm going to add my tape. You can add more tape than I am, but I'm going to overlay and press into there. But then what we can start to do is neaten that off. But then we've also got all of our little flowers and florals as well. So we can then snip that one. And let's go in with one of the gates here. So we're going to go in with the gate. Once again, add in my dots. At home, I would be using my tacky glue. Here I'd be using my tacky glue. It's just we're limited in time, so I don't want to faff about getting it sorted. I'll do that in between the show. But let's start to pop that over into there. You can see from Julia's samples, she's put another one down here. Always remember, it's like as I say, when it comes to stamping off the page, die cut off the page as well. Just makes it look that little bit more organic. I'm going to go in with a little bit of magenta, and I'm not going to do any blend. You can do that if you want. It's just showing you how you can create and do that formation of that buildability scene. Let's go in with a little bit of yellow in here. So let's just finish popping this one together, and I'll do a quick recap of the new dies before Becky does an in-depth look later on within Wake Up Call. Let's see, let's see if I can get a little bit. So start to then trail your flowers. Go 1, 2, let's just pop that into there. What about your gems in there? Your petals in there? You could go in with all your touch of sparkle glues if you want. Go in and create a little bit of a deep dot in there to finish it off. We've got all of these tiny little, I mean that one there is absolutely minute. What I would say, be careful. You might want to put them on magnetic sheets or that. There is some small and delicate ones. I do like to keep all of mine in the original packaging. You know that. I've never, ever, all my crafty life, been a massive fan of storage folders. They're there on the website if you want, but I always just like the original packaging. If you do that, keeping in mind some of them are nice and small and delicate, so just be careful. But what we can do is just do a little bit of a flourish in there. Now, you can spend more time on there. You can then add more highlights in there, attention to detail, add more of the gates. That could be an elongated gate if you want to as well. Drop shadows if you want to. Lots and lots of ways. This is why they are your buildability when it comes to the scene dies there. Beautiful sample there that our Julia had done. It's going to be the theme of the day where we're going to look at the incredible samples from the design team. And some of them I'm going to show you how you can replicate the initial style. But what about what Marie's done here with your shaker boxes? You've got your theatre, your diorama boxes. They are small dies, but you can make your bigger cards, your bigger projects, no problem whatsoever. You can then, of course, come along, add them to your memory books, your scrapbook pages. Think about your template libraries, your layout collections as well. You can do that, no worries whatsoever. So that is just some of the samples. Let's have a little look at the actual die set before we take a little bit of a break for the actual show at Wake Up Call. So we've gone in, let's take these ones. So of course we did use the dies when it came to the, can't even remember what it was called now, Summer Blessings. So we used the dies when it came to that set there within the Summer Blessings. Let's me go, sorry Sam, I've cut straight in front there. So those were the dies that we used. We'll show you again later on. But then what you've got as well is you have got your fairground. So you've got all of those fairgrounds. Start to use these would work really well as well if maybe you want to use one of the other sets to mix and match. Then what we've also got is the fairy garden. Now these ones, I mean that one there, you've got 5 dies in that one. That one there, you've got 4 dies. You'll see the next one that I'm showing here, you've got 7 dies in there. But then what you've also got, if I go back to the one that I was showing and using a minute ago, within that one, I've cut off the top, so I don't know. You've got a lot of dies within that one there. So you've got loads, and that's the one that we used. With the Under the Sea, you've got 8 dies in that one there. And then what you've also got is within this one, and this is the one that we'll look at in Wake Up Call, that one is your Under the Sea, and you've got 17 dies in there. which look like that. So hopefully, at least from when it came to the Kingdom Castle there, it shows you that yes, they cut out, but then many of the main aspects stay in place. So then therefore what you can then do, of course, is you can make the layer bigger, you can make it smaller if you want to. That is the new dies that are in that Showstopper. Just before we end the show here, the Showstopper will consist of a tote bag again. So it's the same branded one. So if you got one the other day, you can never have too many tote bags, certainly within the boot of the car for your shopping. That's in the actual Showstopper. You're going to be getting your 12 bright and vivid Colorista pencils. That's in there within the Showstopper. But then we're also going to be giving you 10 sheets of your bronze, that one being your A4 in size, 310 GSM. So that's in your Showstopper. It's going to be $49.99 or $66.99. If you're platinum, it's going to be $39.99 or $53.59 for you guys stateside. It does work out as well. The Showstopper is tariff-free, so you don't need to worry about the tariff. You can get them, the new launch, you can get them on their own if you want to. On the website, you'll see them. You do have the tariff for these ones for you guys stateside. So it will probably be beneficial for you to go to the Showstopper. But you can decide. Have a look on the website. They're all on there. Go into crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Have a little bit of a peruse. See if there's any glues, cards that you need as well. Stock up while you're going to go in with the launch there. Thank you so much for your company for this hour. As I say, it's been myself and Sam. John's been dotting about, and we've seen Becky there as well. I think Jamie's in as well now as well. So we're going to be live in an hour. Becky's back, so we've got Wake Up Call. We've got the official Pick of the Week launch before we go into a Friday night live. It is Friday. The weekend is upon us. What's going to happen? Rachel and Jan are going to be on social for the rest of the day. So although it's going to be the look of the launch in the Friday night live, if there is any questions that you've got while we're here, we are live, we are interactive. We are the only ones that are so live and interactive the way that we do what we do as well. So fire the questions across. We are going to be having a craft clinic tomorrow. That does not mean that you can't ask questions on the day. So fire them across today when Becky's on the opposite side with myself here, Big Pop, Jamie, myself, and of course Becky. We will see you live at Wake Up Call.